Behind me, we have large aircraft, Q400s, and a couple of ATRs, and they're here for sky service, and they utilize the apron for the parking of the airplanes.
Well, is this something like a regular occurrence where we see, this is going to happen more and more, or this has been happening?
It has been happening. In fact, it started when COVID came in because the airlines, they're not flying as many routes as what they have been, and now it's a time for maintenance and getting them repainted. And they can actually they can actually do that here at the airport through Sky Service and through Muskoka Aircraft Refinishing for painting.
The ones behind us are the Dash 8-400s and the ATR 72s. The ATR 72s aren't really popular in Canada, but around the world they're used a lot. So it's helping us diversify our offerings by bringing in the ATR 72 line of aircraft. So we've done a bunch of training with our engineers and our technicians. We expanded our tooling, we've expanded our structure shop, our composite shops, and everything else up here. And that was part of this whole idea behind Muskoka. Just prior to COVID, we were ready to hire, close to 50 people to spool up. And when things slowed down, we sort of put on the brakes, but it gave us time to set up the shops better, be more prepared. And once things turn on, there's no stopping us, is the way I see it.
So right now, obviously there's a few here. Talk about how long does it take to, from, I guess, start to finish? How many you got on the go right now? How does that work?
Well, a normal airplane, we would probably be anywhere from 4 to 6 weeks for the mechanical portion, depending on engine overhauls and everything else. Some of that depends on our vendors as to how quick they can turn the engines back to us in the landing gear. But normally 4 to 6 weeks for the maintenance portion, and then it goes into our partner with Muskoka Aircraft Refinishing for paint. So it'll be probably 3 weeks in for paint, and then off to the new customer. So it's our backlog now. Once they have customers, we have work for the next 6 months to a year without question. And we see a lot more people interest. We're working on a bunch of other bigger projects that will be coming in here, and 10, 12, 15, 20 airplane deals. So the future looks really good. The future looks really good. And the pandemic didn't help, but it did give us time to set up correctly. And we've done that across our entire organization. Toronto, Montreal, Calgary, Ottawa. We've really retooled everywhere. We've realigned everything, and we're going to be more efficient and far better off than we were before the pandemic.
And let's talk about the restrictions currently that we're under and how that affects you guys here at the Muskoka Airport.
Yeah, the heavy restrictions on Canada Customs borders, they do have an impact, not just on Muskoka airports, but on all airports. We've had, last year in 2020, we did have a few airplanes that came up here from the United States, but they have to clear in Toronto. So when COVID came in and the restrictions got heavier on the border, it's Canada Customs and Immigration pulled out of temporarily over 120 airports across Canada, Muskoka Airport being one of them. And that has had an impact on this airport because our transborder service and international flights during the summer, it peaks, but last summer it actually went down because of this. But we have found that the recreational aircraft, the flight movements have increased. So we're just going through some statistics last week with the boards, and there has been a substantial increase in small aircraft, general aviation this year. And with Porter now, they've extended their shutdown till June 21. And FlyGTA, which was the year-round service for Muskoka, they've suspended their service till further notice, right? They're just waiting until we start coming out of the pandemic when people are going to start flying again. So it has had an impact on us. So we're looking forward to this coming back, right? Because this is all about tourism, the businesses in Muskoka. It's a good thing for Muskoka when it starts to come back. So we are looking forward to it.